It's match point, Frost. It's going to be Scarlett versus Trap. Whoever wins this gets third place or better position. Whoever loses this is out in fourth.
You were on the money with the prediction with the Mutas in the previous game, so a little bit later I'm going to ask you for more of this. But let's jump into the game first here on Frost.
Up in the top left-hand position. Has been in so many game threes, so many times in a row. Needs one more to reset and get to another series. It's Acer Scarlett! And down in or yonder bottom right-hand position from IM, defying all reason with his aggression, it is Trap!
I like that, defying all reason.
It doesn't make sense, his attacks, in a lot of ways. That shouldn't work. What are you doing there? And then he storms forward. He closed that game out against Scarlett with 4 gates.
You know what? In the previous game, it shouldn't have worked, and it didn't. So sometimes, I guess, if you're ready enough, and Scarlett wasn't particularly at first, she just salvaged the situation very well in a way, too.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't have that much information, but she knew she could react quickly enough to make sure she'd get enough units to hold.
Well, it looks like Scarlett is now probably deciding whether or not she wants to actually go 3 hatch before pool, as that's the most common play we see on this map. For Zerg, similarly, for the Protoss side of things, we generally see Nexus and then Gate in this tournament, but there is a pool first. That's a very careful play.
You know, Scarlett here, if she was to win, she would not only win a lot of money, but she would also get a very good ranking in the WCS World Rankings.
Right.
We are getting close to that time of the year where you definitely want to be in the top 16. I believe she's in 41st place right now. If she wins the tournament here, she basically has around enough points to tie with a lot of the other players for 16th place. So she would be in a very good position in the running for that tournament at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, winning this, if that puts Scarlett in top 16 position, she only has to perform moderately for the remainder of the year in order to be guaranteed a spot at BlizzCon. And of course, that's always a great motivation to continue to train harder and harder to close out 2014. In this spot, we often see players build 6 Zerglings and try to attack with them. Scarlett, rather, is just building the Queen first. Clearly more macro-oriented, just wanted that pool fast to make sure that the game could go on longer.
And also Scarlett sadly was eliminated earlier from WCS America, so that's not going to be points that she can score here, so she really, really needs a win here.
Yeah,
more than ever.
Probe's starting to scout, and the Zerglings are going to spot it immediately. Not going to worry about it, though. We'll take care of that later.
Scarlett, in the previous game, she chose the very safe route to go for the quick speed to make sure she can hold any kind of early on proxy pylons and attack and all that. But in this game, she's skipping gas so far. So she's going to have to be extra careful. And considering his cross-map situation, which she's just now going to realize with the Zergling on the top right-hand side, and the other one that spots the Nexus, that means the overlords that she has and that she's going to send to the Protoss base are going to get there very, very late.
Yeah, yeah.
And again, Trap is the one guy you want to know the most what he's doing and exactly what he wants to go into as far as aggression goes. And we have a quick Stargate, very, very quick Stargate, even before Warp Gates.
And I mean, Scarlett has the Zerglings out, has the chance to actually waltz right into the main to see it, and is still trying to get a little bit of value. Ooh, gets a probe, but needs to get into the main. That probe is not as important as that information. And what are we seeing out of Scarlett? What? 2 Extractor, 2 more Queens?
She's going to evacuate for now with the Lynx. She has to sacrifice an Overlord for sure if she wants to know minimum what she may be up against. And with Trap, this is almost always going to be some kind of quick Oracle to try and kill drones. That's just what he loves to do. And there it is. It's the Oracle. Behind this, he gets a Forge. We could be seeing something like a quick +1 and a big gateway attack. This is actually what he did earlier when he played against Hyun. And it worked out beautifully because he faked that he was going to take a 3rd base. Hyun made drones, and then Trap moved in and killed Hyun right out before he could make any big amount of units.
But look at Scarlett's side of the map. That 3rd, so late, so much later than a normal player. We're seeing 2 evolution chambers. We're seeing, was that 4 Queens out on the map? This is a wild play we're seeing out of Scarlett. She may very well just get speed.
Very quick. double Evo, by the way. Is this for Zerglings? Zergling upgrades, that old school style that a lot of players used to do. And by the way, that probe on the top right-hand side, I don't know how it sneaked there, but as your brother will say, crouching probe, hidden pylon, it might happen here if Scarlett does not see it.
Well, there's the Zergling upgrades out, but speed hasn't even been started yet. I almost feel like Scarlett is getting distracted and forgetting key things there. Finally, it goes down. Oh, God. Oh, Scarlett. Scarlett's defense should have been in place.
Oh, she's got 4 queens. Trap's going to have to get out of there after 6 kills, which, honestly, this build is pretty good. I had never seen somebody rush the Stargate like this and every time get an Oracle and do damage. This is really something I feel like I should try out because it's worked out very well for him so far. Scarlett playing the old school style of Zergling heavy into possibly Infestor, into, I'm guessing, Ultras, is very interesting here. That means she's going to skip entirely on the Roadrunner. And if she was to be attacked by a lot of gateways, she will be weaker in that situation compared to usually.
Yeah.
But since Trap is going for the 3rd base, this is going to work out for now. And you know what? If this really surprises Trap, he saw only one of the Evo's chambers.
Oh my gosh, now that's big. He only saw one of the Evo chambers. The Zergling upgrades, they sort of compound in terms of usefulness. It's very tough, as you say, to stay alive, but once you get to 2-2 Lings, all of a sudden, your Zealots can't kill the Zerglings in 2 shots. The Zealots are falling apart, and we already know how well Stalkers and Sentries do versus these big Zergling armies, and there's no AoE still. If you open Oracle, you almost always have to eventually get Colossus, but most Protoss players get Gateway units first.
And not just that. Scarlett being on 2 Evos, she's going to want to start 2-2 very quickly after 1-1 finishes. Protoss, you always stay on 1 Forge when you're Protoss, so you're going to get that +2 attack, but when the Zerg completes 2-2 and you're 2-0, you're completely very far behind, let's just say that, on upgrades, and it's very, very hard to fight against Zerglings, even if you have Charged Out and Archons, actually. So, Trap does not know. He's going to start Blink.
Oh, and there's the Robo. I mean, look at the composition that we're seeing out of Trap in terms of buildings. 4 gateways out, 1 more coming out. That'll be 5. Not terribly much in terms of applying pressure to your opponent. I'd love to see another macro hatch out of Scarlett, but she's just going to take more bases.
Yeah. If you get Blink in this situation against the Zergling heavy style and lots of upgrades, see, 2-2 already starts here for Scarlett. She's going to get an Infestation Pit. If you get Blink, you're not necessarily super far behind that you're going to lose almost every single time, but you have a very few timings that you can make work.
Yeah.
When there is going to be a critical mass of Zerglings, when there is going to be some Infestors, that's when really Blink Stalkers cannot work anymore.
Scarlett just getting some free pickups. I mean, Trap, who's been cutting every single corner, who has been doing none of the usual defenses we see out of other
that's Zealots. He's attacking the Nexus. What is he doing?
All right, he just, I don't know, he got a little mad at his workplace, but, you know, he thought better of it, and he's back on the job.
Oh, the Hive is going to be spotted. I think Trap is about to realize what's up here. And Blink's about to finish. I don't think he's going to cancel, but he should follow up quickly with the charge that he needs to face this. Seeing the Hive and the double Evo and the Infestation P, he knows exactly what he's going to be up against. Scarlett gets to Hydralisk then. I wonder what this is for, if this is just for safety or if she actually wants to go into Hydralisk. Because remember, she's getting melee attack upgrades. She's going to get some Infestors for safety as well. I really like that. Right now, Trap is moving out. I feel like he's a little bit confused. He did not expect that. He was caught off guard, and if he's caught here out of position and he gets fungled, it could be a disaster. I mean, he would have to recall. And it's very easy to mess up in this situation. He's going to have to be very careful.
Yeah, I mean, Scarlett might just hit from both sides. Scarlett's already spotted where the army is. The recall's definitely going to be taken in. Warp Prism sneaking to the top side of the map. Trap is hoping to make this work, but this is where the Warp Prism is going to be running up against Hydralisk's very late Hydralisk. Scarlett has still yet to do a big push out with her Zerglings and is steadily getting more drones.
I wonder if Scarlett wants to go into Hydra Ultra, which is a very good composition if you have some Vipers. And I wouldn't be surprised if she goes for Ultras, obviously. I mean, she went for Mass Links. And
Scarlett didn't see this in the main. She has no idea the Warp Prism is already sending in Zealots.
She's across the map with everything that she has right now. She's going to have to pull back. She's counter-attacking as the Stalkers. She catches a lot of Stalkers and Sentries.
Oh my God, multiple battles happening at once. Scarlett with the nice pickup, but Scarlett's main is getting eviscerated. The drones are having to be pulled away, but Trap is not as focused as he needs to be. More units starting to go to the top, and it looks like, oh my God, Zealot warping. Nothing in production for Scarlett.
3 drones. She started 3 drones against this. She needs units. The Ultralis Cavern is on the way now. It's been made. at around the natural. She's gonna start another pool.
Oh my god, she's gonna lose adrenaline. She needs to keep adrenaline gland. She needs to keep adrenaline gland. The hive falls, the pool falls. What a combo power play out of Trap. That is gonna put him in a clearly winning position right now. There is not that much that Scarlett can do if her Zergling upgrades aren't there.
Scarlett, once again here, is trying to salvage the situation. She's gonna start, she started another pool earlier. She's gonna get a lair immediately. She wants to restart that hive, and this warp is being so annoying. Some of the infestors are gonna be caught. She needs to react quickly here.
Oh, Scarlett is just falling apart to a single warp prism. It will fall down. The infestors do not have burrows. Zerglings are desperately trying to get in the way. The high energy infestor falls. 2 Colossus being produced. What do you do here as Scarlett?
I mean, she starts chitinous plating, and she already has 2-2, so she could still go into a lot of ultras. And strangely enough, I think Trap believes that Scarlett didn't have the time to make an ultra-list cavern because he never saw it. And that's why he's getting the Colossi. You don't get Colossi against Ultras. That's just a bad decision.
Yes,
and right now, getting the Colossi, I feel like Scarlett, if she's able to get a lot of Ultras out and Zerglings and she does an attack, she could be in good shape. But we do have Templars available for Trap.
I mean, the quiet edge that you're pulling ahead with Scarlett's style is the 3/3 Zergling upgrades, the Adrenal. That represents a tremendous influx of extra damage. And even though the Ultras are the frontline units, the big units, the Zerglings are the big damage dealers. Scarlett desperately needs to get her Zergling count high. Her Queen count is at what? 4 injects, definitely low on Larva. Doesn't really have a good way to spend all this money, so she's got to buy time with this force.
She's already remade a hive. I mean, can you even believe that first hive ever died? She's getting a Spire as well. Could go into Broodlords, which Trap is not ready for, but as I say that, he already started the Stargate. Trap knows that he might have to face some kind of Mutas, maybe some kind of Broodlords. It's always good to have just one Stargate. You know, it's not, you're not committing to anything. You're just saying, if I need to make a fleet beacon, I'm gonna be able to make it quicker than if I don't have the Stargate, and she starts yet another base. I feel like right now Scarlett has a lot of mobility because of her speed links.
Yeah.
If Trap was to move out, she could counterattack very quickly. Remember, they have 2-2. They don't have adrenal glands, but they will snipe bases very quickly. So Trap needs to be walled off everywhere. And actually, that third base is not even walled off that well. If Zerglings were to get in, they will do a lot of damage here.
Scarlett looks like she's just been waiting and waiting and waiting, and 17 Mutalisks popping up.
Oh my.
Oh, Scarlett is about to bring the noise in a way that Trap is not expecting at all. Already the hive is done. That is the fastest retech to hive I have seen ever. Dark Shrine gets canceled. Fleet Beacon on route.
I like Scarlett's position, man. She's on 10 gases now. She even got a 6 base on the way as well. Remember how that went for her on Atrazim. Now having the Mutas, she's going to have so much mobility to move around. And Trap thinks he's going to face, I guess, a ground composition with no air units.
Oh no.
He's on 6 Stalkers, only 6 Stalkers.
He's now doing the double chrono on Immortals. He's expecting Ling Ultra. That is what he thinks he's going to be up against. There's a warp in at the north side, and Scarlett is going to take Trap by surprise when she swings in with these Mutas.
21 Mutas are out in total against just 6 Stalkers. How is Trap going to defend against this? He does have the Photon Overcharge. He has some Templars available to storm. The third base is being sieged by some Hydralisks as well.
Nice multi-pronged attack, but at the top, Trap takes down the expansion. In the main, the Mutalisk target firing away at the Fleet Beacon, and oh no! The range eliminated. Scarlett has absolutely no threat from Phoenixes anymore. Storms try to get thrown down. The Mutalisks easily swim away.
They're going to regenerate very quickly here, and Trap starts the Phoenix production behind this. He's on 2 Stargates, but Scarlett has a much better production capability here with all the hatcheries that she has. She's now on 12 gases. This is ridiculous. She's getting so much gas, she can make anything she wants. Or very soon, at least. Because right now, she's spending it very well.
Well, I mean, this is the point where Trap has exactly one choice. Trap has to begin massing lots and lots and lots of anti-air. 11 Stalkers, 4 Phoenixes, 5 Templar, not enough. No answer in the skies. But never forget that a 3-base Protoss is so hard for a Zerg to kill. This is a 4-base Protoss.
This is crazy. She's forcing so many Phoenixes and Stalkers. And behind this, she could make a lot of Ultras. I guess after she loses this army, but she has to wait until she has enough gas to lose this army, to throw it away, and make sure that she can... Scarlett is taking the entire map.
She's taking every single base. Every single base is going to be Scarlett's. Bottom expansion exposed. A Colossus exposed. That's going to fall down. Nope, that's just going to be in the orange health. And I think Scarlett has decided that this is a good time.
She's chasing right now. Fungal maybe. Scarlett is going to be caught actually here, maybe a little bit earlier than she wanted to. Big storms, I think she has to evacuate. Let those mutas regenerate, because right now Trap has done a lot of damage, and this might be his cue to finally go for an attack for the first time in his game, a real attack, without just a Warp Prism and some units.
3-3, not done for Scarlett. Has Scarlett gotten the adrenal glands? The answer is no. That represents, again, so much damage for the Zerg army. The number of storms that Trap has is not very high. The defense for Trap, very thinly spread. I don't really know who's ahead or behind here. We want to give the econ advantage.
Scarlett is ahead. Scarlett is ahead with all the bases that she has. She's still going to fight with the mutas, and she's still committing even more on the mutas. She's making more, 10 more right now.
Well, oh my God, she's charging in. She rocks that force. The storms don't have enough. There's not enough Phoenixes. There's not enough Stalkers. Trap with 4 bases. Trap with as many options as he can pull out. Doesn't seem to have the answers for Acer Scarlett.
He's gonna pull back onto that base that he has, and the mutas still trading. They're only 1-0, but Scarlett's still getting a lot of additional upgrades. And I mean, when you have this many bases as Zerg, you just transfer drones. Her economy is always going to be untouched. We don't even have any Warp Prism or some kind of DT play here that could do anything to her economy. She's still looking to do damage. She's keeping him busy. And I don't think that Trap is ever going to take a 5th base on this map. She's just...
Oh, so smart from Scarlett. She's continuing to engage. She's continuing to fight. She has to avoid those Archons. She's losing a lot of mutas. Oh my God, the Lings at the 4th. This is exactly what Scarlett needs. She's taking out the 4th base. She's rushing in. If she can take this down, the advantage will be decisively hers. Right now, the advantage remains in her hands. But I mean, if Trap gets his Death Army up, it's going to be very difficult for any Zerg composition to fight that.
I think Trap is starting to realize that Scarlett and him have been trading units all game long already. So many units have died in this game. He gets a Dark Shrine. He has a lot of gas income. If he was able to send some DTs in each of Scarlett's base out on the map, there is no spores and spines in all of them. He could do some very good damage and maybe somehow stabilize on 4 bases, take a 5th and come back, but it's going to be so difficult against a Scarlett that has so much income right now, in particular in gas.
Yeah, Scarlett is being so aggressive. We see the Colossus at the 4th base trying to defray the Zerglings as the Mutalisks continue to fly all over the map. 70 drones for Scarlett, like you say, split among, I don't even know how to count that many bases, 7, 8 bases right now.
Scarlett wants to commit to mutas, corruptors, and have infestors in support against the high count of Phoenixes that she might have to face. So she has no plan to play Ultras right now. She could change her mind later on, but her mineral economy is not actually that good. She's getting so much gas that she has actually very much less drones mining the minerals right now. So she's getting more corruptors, and with the double spire that she has, she's getting upgraded so well. Her hair units soon are going to be 3-2 against the just 1-0 of Trap on air units.
This is Trap's moment. Trap is sending out 4 Dark Templar. Trap is trying to hit every single one of these extraneous bases for Scarlett. Trap might lose this 3rd base. Well, he's going to lose a lot of probes in the process, but Scarlett doesn't have enough defense to fight this many DTs.
Yeah, she has no Overseer with her mutas. Oh, she's getting one. There is one Overseer with her mutas. She might have to go to the bottom left-hand side, defend that base, then throw down some Spine and Spore. On the top right-hand side, the DTs are trying to snipe the hatchery as well. And you know what? She already doesn't have that much money. Trap, if he's able to make this work right now, which he is for the moment, he's trying to snipe 3 hatch or 2 hatch at the same time right now, at least on the top right-hand side.
This game is getting to the point where it'll be decided by a single fungal, but no, the infestors in mid, they're getting picked off. It looks like with Scarlett trying to retreat, Trap has taken the opportunity. He's going to try to engage. It's 32 mutas, 12 corruptors versus basically 17 Phoenixes. It's the Archons on the ground that will be dealing the extra big hits. This is Trap's one shot to win this game.
Somehow, he's still in this game. He still has a chance. He has a very, very scary army. He moves across the map as Scarlett is regrouping to basically engage him because she has no choice. He pulls back. He's going to regroup. So is Scarlett. And you know what? That's going to give enough time for Scarlett to complete the 3-2 upgrades for her hair units. But having 3 Archons, I believe he has some Templars as well in there. Actually, he kind of panicked, I guess.
Just rebuilt the Templars.
Yeah, so he's not going to have any storms for now. He makes another Archon, so I guess Trap does not even want to bother trying to storm his opponent's army. This might be a big mistake. If he loses his Archons and Stalkers, then it's just the Phoenixes against Corruptor Mutas. I mean, are there enough Corruptors though? Only 11.
Yeah, when there's 8 bases on the map. You want to look at what Scarlett's doing and say, she's got this, easy game, no problem, but you don't really get that big of a boost of economy once you get past 5-6 bases. The only thing that increases really is your gas income. So the fact that Trap has been able to slowly stabilize, has been able to slowly...
She's going to go for it.
Oh my god, it's all going to be about the fungal. Oh my god, those Mutalisks are very clustered. The shots are excellent. The Archons are starting to fall. The Corruptors, can they get through? Scarlett rocks the Archons, takes them out. 14 Phoenixes still remain.
29 Mutas are alive as well. They're going to regenerate very well. The Corruptor should be transfused with 3-2 upgrades being done and the Protoss air units only being +1. Scarlett really dealt with this army very, very well. She killed as much as she could. She cannot chase the Phoenix all that far back because there could have been more units, some Templars behind, so she's going to play it safe for now, let her units regenerate, and I feel like she needs a 5th base though. Both players kind of do, but Scarlett is the one in a better position to be able to take that one because she has the mobility.
This is so tense. Right now, both players effectively only have one notable long-term mining base, and that is their central expansions, both of them on an even base count. Units lost absolutely favors Trap in this position. Trap has been patiently waiting. Scarlett's been throwing everything she's got at Trap, and this is what wins these long games, the patient Protoss. No Templar still, just Archons, Todd.
Yeah. You know, Trap's composition is insane. He has some Immortals to make sure that there cannot be any Ultras to help and reinforce this. Yeah. He has some Colossi to make sure that a Massling wouldn't crush his ground army, in which case the Infestors would go uncontested. The Colossi are the most important in support for the Phoenixes other than the Archons.
DT at the 4th base. Scarlett's only mining base is beginning to get picked off by a single DT. Oh, Scarlett just doesn't have the air defense. I mean, right now, the income is really identical for these two players.
Yeah, she's falling behind on the worker count here now, but both players are going to mine out slowly but surely. But I feel like Scarlett, she's mined a lot more minerals because she was getting into Trap's face the entire game and killing some of those probes here and there, forcing pulls. And Trap probably has a bunch more minerals available for mining on some of his bases, so she needs a 5th. And Trap, he has a speed observer on the top right-hand side of the map doing a beautiful job, by the way. He's been scouting all over the place for a very long time. That's how he knew where to send those DTs as well.
I mean, that's what's so smart about that decision, not to get extra observers. Oh, Scarlett continuing to maintain aggression with these Mutalisks, pick off anything she can. I mean, it's a low econ game. Max army, low econ, one mistake in these battles, and it's lights out.
I'm surprised that she's getting this many Mutas. I feel like she could get some more Corruptors and then start flying around and abuse of her mobility, because the Phoenixes counter the Mutas, but then without the Archons, Trap cannot really fight, so she could, for example, go into the main. Oh, she's trying to force a mistake here. She's gonna snipe maybe the Nexus and some probes. There is an Infestor behind, ready to fungal.
Oh, the Queens are eagerly looking for a chance to engage. Everybody's looking for that opportunity.
They get their chance.
The Queens were looking for a fight. They got it. Right now it's 4 Infestors. Oh my god, Phoenixes, be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. 2 more Infestors coming up. Trap has to be so careful. All the Templar at the backside. Oh!
She cannot go for it though.
She's engaging. The Stalkers at the front are trapped. Oh no, Phoenixes versus Mutalisks. The Mutalisks immediately stepping on. It's storms everywhere. Oh no, Scarlett, be careful. The Mutalisks falling left and right. Trap might have pulled this win off.
Yeah, she's gonna try to get away here so that the Mutas can regenerate. There is a single Corruptor left for Scarlett here. It's gonna die as well. That means those Phoenixes, they can have some fun, but there's 2 Infestors behind this. Oh, she misses.
Misses one more shot. Can she get it down?
One more Infestor is on the way, but the ground army of Trap is overwhelming. He might have done it.
Trap, the ever-patient Protoss, waited, and with one single strike is going to be able to end Scarlett's run in this tournament. It will be a Protoss in the top 3. She fought her best. She did what she could, but Trap overpowering with defense in this game.
Trap's gonna press forward, and Scarlett's gonna have to accept.
GG! Scarlett fought so hard in that game. I mean, Trap was on the back foot the entire time. But I mean, 4 bases and patience is all you really need.
Wow, what a game we just witnessed here.
Yeah.
Trap was extremely patient, and he did a lot of things very well. I was praising Scarlett a lot, and I do think that she did a lot of good things well as well, but I feel like she committed too much to that Muta
yeah.
style, which usually will work, but Trap played way too fantastic to lose against this committal to Mutas and Corruptors here.
I mean, it was the DTs. That was the moment. The DTs are what pulled the win for Trap. Scarlett
went behind.
Yeah, went behind Dark Shrine, right? I mean, the fact that Scarlett took all those extraneous bases is a great way to go from a losing position with a big risk to a winning one. And that's how Scarlett got there, but you always need the drones to make the spores and the spines, because if you have map control, that's great. You're gonna thwart the Zealot warp-ins, but you can't deal with DTs unless you have the defensive structures there.
You know, in a low economy game, it's almost always good to go for DTs in PvZ, because that means the Zerg's never gonna have the spines and spores that he needs.
Yeah.
But in this case, I wouldn't call this a low econ game, because she had so many. She was on 6 bases, but she was mining so much gas that she was neglecting the minerals. In which case, she couldn't afford to go for spines and spores in every single base. That's why those DTs were so good. So in the end, I guess maybe she didn't need that 6th base as early as she did. She should have stayed on 5.
Or the 8th or the 9th base. I mean, there were so many going down, and that gas-heavy style kind of has this weird tapering effect where you're not really used to having 50 mutas. So you win in that position a lot. Protoss has a hard time dealing with that, but if you can't close that out, we start to see the Zergs begin to slowly fall behind. The Protoss death ball, we talked about it, what, like the 15, 20-minute mark? How if Protoss can get that money mix of units, there's almost no Zerg composition that can deal with it well.
Without static defense, yeah. And in this case, there wasn't much, and Scarlett tried to play a style with which I feel like you need to base trade more often than not. I would have liked to see her try to base trade with Muta Corruptor, and then maybe eventually, if she lost them, remax on Ultras, because there wasn't really all that many Immortals. There was some Colossi that wouldn't have done much as well.
And it's certainly tough decision. An amazing choice from Trap, his late game play. We got Axeltoss with an interview from our winner. Take it away, Axeltoss.
Thank you so much, Sean and Todd. Guys, let's give it up one more time for Trap. So first question I have for you, Trap, a best of 3 against Scarlett, one of the best North American players out there. Were you expecting such a close series, or what are your thoughts on Scarlett and on that series as a whole?
방금 스칼렛 선수와 붙었는데 이 경기를 하면서 이렇게 간신히 이길 줄 알았는지, 그리고 이 그냥 스칼렛이랑 한 경기에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지.
원래 굉장히 잘하는 외국 선수라고 알고 있었고 또 그렇긴 한데 제가 풀플레이에서 되게 쉽게 이겨가지고 또 이번 경기에서도 첫 경기를 쉽게 따내서 좀 쉽게 갈 줄 알았는데 되게 잘하시는 것 같아요.
So actually, before this tournament, I only knew of her being as one of the best non-Koreans, and then I actually beat her really easily in pool play. So I came into this series expecting it to go the exact same way. So I was actually really surprised that it went as close as it did.
Very nicely done. Now, MLG Anaheim 2014, awesome crowd, awesome atmosphere, awesome city, awesome tournament. It's a long tournament, it's 3 days, a lot of matches. You've been playing very good players left and right. How's your mental state right now? How are you feeling?
정말 이게 MLG 아나하임 대회에서 정말 좀 긴 주말이었잖아요. 막 약간 몸도 힘들고 이제 그냥 이 대회에 대해서 어떻게 생각해요? 지금 컨디션 어떠세요?
지금 컨디션은 되게 괜찮고요. 첫날에 대기 시간이 너무 길어가지고 좀 경기를 하는데 좀 많이 체력적으로나 좀 힘들었는데 지금은 괜찮고 남은 경기도 더 재밌는 경기 보여드리고 싶어요.
So he says, right now my condition is really good. The first day, because there was such a long delay and wait time, I feel like physically I just wasn't playing my best. I didn't feel very well, so I wasn't able to show the best games. But right now I'm feeling really good, and I'm just really excited to show even better games for you guys.
We're looking forward to seeing that too. Now, you are one of 3 players remaining, Polt, Violet, and yourself. Perhaps some thoughts on how this tournament is going to progress, maybe on the 2 players and expectations moving forward.
이제 그 트랩 선수와 폴트 선수랑 바이올렛 선수가 남아 있잖아요. 그래서 이제 그 남은 상대들에 대해서 어떻게 생각을 하는지, 그리고 이 대회 그냥 어떻게 대회 갈 것 같은지.
폴트 선수는 제가 풀플레이에서 이긴 경험이 있기 때문에 제가 우위에 있다고 생각하고요. 그냥 네, 제 목표는 우승이에요.
최승원 선수가 이겼다고요?
네, 풀플레이에서 이겼어요.
So he says, actually during pool play, I beat Polt, so I feel like I'm at an advantage over him. And then after a little bit of hesitation, he says, my goal is to win the whole tournament, guys.
Awesome crowd here. They may not know you that well. Do you have any words for them before we proceed with the tournament?
여기 많은 팬들이 오셨잖아요. 그래서 만약에 그 트랩 선수를 잘 모르는 사람들도 있을 텐데 그분들에게만 한마디 해주세요.
아직 제가 해외 대회 출전 경험 별로 없어서 모르시는 분들이 많은데 앞으로 되게 팬분들 함성을 들으니까 더 많은 해외 대회를 하고 싶고 또 대회에 잘 참여할 수 있도록 노력하도록 하겠습니다.
So he says, I know that I haven't been to many foreign tournaments, so I know that there's many of you who may not know who I am, but hearing you guys cheer, hearing all of your loud applause really makes me want to participate in more tournaments, so please look out for me. I will try to do even better. Look out for me.
Give it up for Trap, guys. Give it up. All right. It's been a long tournament. We're down to 3. And we got to get finished up, guys. Back to Sean and Mr. Todd at the desk.
So much Axel toss. Without any further ado, we're going to be stepping away. Next round, players need to get set up on the main stage, and it's 2 big fan favorites in the winners bracket finals. It's going to be Polt versus Violet. See you after the break for that matchup.